Ukrainian strikes on Crimea are having foremost psychological and operational outcomes on Moscow's forces. Western offices have instructed journalists. Explosions at the Saki Air Base on 9 August and other assaults have put more than half of the Black Sea Fleet's naval jets out of action. They said, "The fleet has a revered history, but it has suffered a collection of humiliations on account that the invasion started out in February." Officials stated, "The setbacks have forced it to adopt a protecting posture." In April, the fleet's flagship, the cruiser Moskva, used to be sunk through Ukraine. The 510 crew missile cruiser had led Russia's naval assault on Ukraine, and its sinking used to be a essential symbolic and army blow. At the time, the Russian Defense Ministry said ammunition on board the Moskva exploded in an unexplained fire, and the ship tipped over while being towed again to port. In June, the fleet suffered another embarrassment when it was compelled to abandon Snake Island, a tiny outpost in the northwest of the Black Sea seized by Russia on the first day of its invasion, after coming underneath sustained Ukrainian bombardment. And in recent weeks, the fleet's home in the Crimean Peninsula, which Russia annexed in 2014, has come underneath attack from Ukrainian forces. At least 8 fighter jets had been destroyed in the bombardment of Saki Air Base on 9 August. Following the attacks, rankings of holidaymakers have been seen fleeing the peninsula, which used to be in the past untouched with the aid of fighting. Images obtained through the BBC showed queues of site visitors on roads main out of Crimea 3 days after the attack. The 9 August strikes have been now not the only apparent Ukrainian strikes in Crimea. In July, Russian officials alleged that a Ukrainian drone attack compelled and ceased to Navy Day celebrations in Sevastopol. And on 16 August there have been explosions at In Palms depot on the peninsula. The reality that explosions in Crimea, an area in the past considered to be nicely past the reach of any Ukrainian assault, were watched via thousands of Russian tourists, many of whom have, when you consider that, fled Crimea lower back into Russia, has had a psychological impact. In Moscow, officials told the media, the Western officials, who spoke unattributably on background, meaning they can't be named, said that Russia's Black Sea Fleet has been decreased to little extra than a coastal flotilla that is now having to undertake a cautious mindset due to Ukrainian attacks. They added that Russia's ability to launch an assault on the port of Odessa in western Ukraine is distinctly not likely in the brief term. On Wednesday, Russian Kingdom media pronounced that the fleet's commander, Igor Osipov, had been replaced in light of the attacks. The RIA Information Organization said the fleet's new chief, Viktor Sokolov, has been delivered to army leaders at the port of Sevastopol. Moscow also seems to be attempting to rearm its beleaguered fleet. State media pronounced that Admiral Sokolov instructed a group of younger officers that they will acquire 12 new vessels, alongside additional aviation and land-based cars later this year. He insisted that the fleet has been successfully finishing all the duties set for it, for the duration of the invasion. Russia's TASS Information Organization reported. But on Wednesday, UK defense officials stated that the Kremlin's plans have been undermined by way of the Navy's failure to assume full manipulate over the Black Sea. The Black Sea Fleet has generally pursued an extremely defensive role and remained close to the Crimean coast. They said,